One of the most talked about stories on Wall Street this month is a divorce scandal spread across the pages of the New York Post. It involves Sage Kelly, the head of Jefferies healthcare investment banking group, and his estranged wife. There are tales of alleged drug use and prostitutes. Kelly is now taking a leave of absence from the firm. Market Makers anchor Stephanie Ruhle has this story, and she joins me now. Wow. I mean, this is just unbelievable, the things that you read in these reports. Tell us a little bit about who Sage Kelly is.
Well, until now, Trish, we at Bloomberg didn't even touch this story because, again, it started as just a nasty New York divorce story on the pages of the New York Post. But it has escalated so much that this now is a real problem for Jefferies. Sage Kelly is a top healthcare banker. The man he works for at Jefferies, Ben Lorello, they've been together from Smith Barney to UBS. At UBS, the entire healthcare banking unit was poached away by Jefferies. They're so talented that UBS sued Jefferies. Fast forward here now, not just Sage, but they're all on the front page of the tabloids.
These guys didn't have the best reputation, shall we say, in certain circles. Not for anything like this. I mean, this is, to me, I just couldn't believe it as I was reading it. And we have to remember that this is all being put forward, of course, by his ex-wife. But maybe not the best reputation.
Not the best reputation in terms of, do these guys, led by Ben, are they known to be wild partiers? Maybe. But there's a huge leap from that to where we are today. And again, these are just allegations. These were sealed documents in the court that have now been leaked out. And think about it. Ben Lorello has been named here. Two CEOs of healthcare companies who have denied any wrongdoing. And Trish, if they're lying, if Ben is lying, if CEOs of publicly traded companies are lying, they're going to go to jail. Think about it. Through Sarbanes-Oxley, you can't lie. So he's taking a leave of absence because now this is a huge problem for Rich Handler. What started as this is a guy, he's having a personal issue. Now, if you run
what are some of these allegations? Not that we want to get too nitty-gritty, but what are some of the allegations here?
Well, that cocaine has been used. Cocaine was used with the clients' spouses, that there's sex being had, his wife was, but that's neither here nor there. Rich's problem is, what does this
Rich Handler.
do? Yes. What does this do to the reputation of Jefferies? So Sage is voluntarily taking this leave of absence, though many of us are raising an eyebrow saying, are you volunteering? Or are they saying you need to hit the pavement? The truth is, though, Trish, it's allegations. We don't know if it's true. Could he come back to the company? I guess. But when there is this much smoke, you've got to think there's some
it's got to be. I mean, if you're out there as a Jefferies banker pitching for business right now and having to deal with this.
That's it. If you are running a company, do you really want to do business with Jefferies? Possibly not. And it's unfortunate because they've had an extraordinary run. They've made their way through the financial crisis. Remember, they were on the brink of disaster right after MF Global. They've made their way back with a vengeance. The last thing they need is a headline like this. What is it going to do for their healthcare business? And again, if your top guy has done this, he reports to Ben Lorello, what does it mean for all the people in that group? What were they all up to? That's what his wife is alleging. But if you read sort of all the New York Post stories, this is a woman who's lost custody of her children, right? She doesn't currently have custody of her children. So desperate times call for desperate measures. It's unclear how much of this is the actual truth.
Nonetheless, I mean, as you read all of these allegations, I got to say, Stephanie, like, it seems like something out of the past, or, you know,
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, I know plenty of people on the street, as do you, used to work on the street. I mean, this kind of stuff, I got to say, I mean, it's just... it's like out of this world.
Yes, but that's also what's making some people say it's full of baloney. Possibly this is a woman. Remember, imagine if you lost custody of your children. You may go to complete desperate measures, but these allegations across the board are crazy. I just want to read, we got first the statement Rich Handler put out to his employees. Quote, we cannot express how deeply we regret the agony and distraction this has caused all of us, not to mention our clients, each of whom has categorically denied the allegations. This is what Rich wrote in a memo. We are not happy to see Sage go, but he needs to go and deal with... I mean, Trish, you can't possibly go to work every day pitching business, running a team, while you've got New York Post headlines saying, yep, my wife just said I went on a mushroom bender with 7 hookers. Like, it's just not possible to do your day job at a time like that, whether it's true or not.
No, this is tough for Jefferies. You're right. They had worked hard to try and build that business, and certainly don't need to see headlines like that.
I'm sure there's quite a bit of schadenfreude from the rest of the street, or I would say other healthcare teams, saying, great, Jefferies is in Vegas, we'll be at your office.